This is 5 on your side at 4. Focused on you.
Right now at 4, the St. Louis Cardinals taking another step toward rebuilding the starting rotation. Just 2 hours ago, the team announcing free agent pitcher Kyle Gibson has signed a one-year deal. Good afternoon. I'm Brent Solomon.
And I'm Kay Quinn. Kyle Gibson comes to St. Louis after leading the Baltimore Orioles to the playoffs last season. He also led the Orioles with 192 innings pitched, 15 wins, and posted a 4.73 ERA last season. Gibson is also a former Mizzou Tiger, where he pitched from 2006 to 2009. Today's signing comes one day after the Cardinals brought back pitcher Lance Lynn, also on a one-year deal. During a news conference this afternoon, Cardinals President of Baseball Operations John Mozeliak said there are more moves to come for the team.
The thing you have to realize about baseball, you play every day. So to go out and just sign one elite pitcher and then do nothing else, that's not going to solve our problems. Our problems were getting deeper into games, and both these two gentlemen pitched a lot of innings last year.
Samano will have more on the Cardinals' free agency moves coming up on 5 on your side at 5 and 6.
Well, a win for abortion rights advocates in Missouri. The state Supreme Court rejecting an appeal to an abortion ballot language ruling. The Missouri Secretary of State hoped to overturn the ruling in order to change the wording on petitions on next year's ballot.
If voters approve the measure, abortion rights will be added to the state constitution. 5 on your side political editor Mark Maxwell joins us in studio with reaction. Mark?
Kay and Brent, good afternoon. Now that the court battle is over, abortion advocates can start pounding the pavement to gather those petition signatures, and that's no small task. They need roughly 170,000 hand signatures from registered voters in 6 of the state's 8 congressional districts. That puts the question of overturning Missouri's abortion ban on the ballot, allowing abortions up to 24 weeks, no questions asked. However, a Republican operative is also leading a separate ballot question drive on a compromise, seeking middle ground. She's already circulating paperwork and gathering signatures for a 12-week abortion limit. If both questions appear on the ballot, voters can approve both of them. But the one with the most votes would win out in the case of a conflict. That so-called middle ground plan is already under attack from Planned Parenthood's local chapter CEO, Yamelsi Rodriguez, who says, quote, "There's only one path forward to move Missouri beyond the status quo of no abortion access or extremely restricted."
Do people vote yes on both of them, or do they sort of coalesce around one? I think the messaging too, if the more conservative ballot initiative that's more like 12 weeks, do they campaign against the more like 24-week initiative? So I think it's going to be interesting to see how those folks supporting these initiatives either choose to work together or against each other.
And a look at the numbers. A poll conducted just last week showed 48% of voters want to amend the Missouri Constitution to remove Missouri's ban on abortion. 37% said no, and 15% said they're not sure just yet. If one or both of these questions gets on the ballot, they just need 50% to change the state constitution.
All right, thank you, Mark. An apartment manager has been charged in a deadly shooting in South St. Louis. It happened around 3:15 this morning on South Broadway near Dover Street. According to police, the manager says he heard some noise coming from a mostly vacant building. He found a broken window and took his shotgun to the second floor, where he found a man in an apartment. Police say that's when the property manager fired a shot. Shane Richmond is charged with murder and armed criminal action. The name of the victim has not been released.
A person wanted in a deadly shooting shot himself this morning while officers were serving a warrant. It happened on Lindenwood Avenue near Hereford Street. The search warrant was for the deadly shooting of a woman on the same area there back on October 21st. While officers were approaching the home, they heard a single gunshot from inside. The person was taken to the hospital in critical condition.
Right now, a popular Soulard bar is cleaning up after an attempted burglary. 5 on your side obtained this surveillance video from Hammerstones. The owner tells us around 3 this morning, several suspects broke the glass door and got inside. They took 2 empty cash drawers and then got away. Right now, police are looking for the suspects. And police are looking for the people who took the ATM from a Family Dollar store in North St. Louis County. It happened at the store on West Florissant, the one near Dunn Road. Officers responded to a burglar alarm and found someone had used a vehicle to break through the front doors. They used a chain to get away with the ATM.
Right now, the city of Washington, Missouri, getting ready for a hero's return. Herman police officer Adam Sullentrup is returning home tonight. He and his partner, Detective Sergeant Mason Griffith, were shot in the line of duty last March. Griffith died. Sullentrup survived, but spent months at a Colorado treatment center to recover. If you would like to help welcome him home, you can line up along Recreation or Phoenix Center Drive around 7:15 tonight. 5 on your side's Laura Bachewski is in Washington for us this afternoon. You can look for her reports on 5 on your side at 5, 6, and 10.
Right now, many of you preparing to travel for the Thanksgiving holiday. Here's a live look at Lambert St. Louis International Airport, which is going to be very busy over the coming days. So what can we expect ahead of the holiday? Chief Meteorologist Scott Connell here now with your Weather First forecast.
Well, it's definitely going to get brighter around St. Louis for sure. Some of us off to the west of town already seeing a little bit of sunshine, but you're not there yet. As you look down into Arnold and from downtown St. Louis into the Metro East, clouds are still hanging tough right now. It's breezy and it's chilly. As expected, we're holding in the 40s at this hour around St. Louis. As we check the radar pictures for you, you know, there's not a whole lot happening here, even though we've had the gray skies most of the day, outside of a random sprinkle here or there. Nothing really showing up that raises any interest here on the radar screen. The back edge of this first batch of clouds kind of nudging into the Metro West right now, while there's another batch that stretches farther back into Missouri. So even though we're seeing some sunshine out in Weldon Spring and it's clearing out in Moscow Mills, we will see more clouds push in for a time during the overnight hours. Mid-40s around St. Louis right now, so it's pretty chilly at this point. As we go through the evening, we'll say bands of clouds overnight. Eventually, they do break up heading into tomorrow morning. It will be much brighter tomorrow afternoon, and Thanksgiving Day looks great.
All right, thank you, Scott. We'll see you in a few minutes. Right now, a deal to release some hostages taken in last month's Hamas terror attack on Israel is closer than ever.
And sources even say it would include a ceasefire and that the deal is pending Israeli approval. Under the potential deal, roughly 50 women and children Hamas took into Gaza as hostages would be freed in exchange for around 150 Israeli-held Palestinian prisoners, many of whom are also women and children. Sources tell NBC News there would be a 4 to 5 day pause in fighting to allow the hostage exchange, and as many as 400 trucks of humanitarian aid allowed into Gaza.
We're now very close, very close. We could bring some of these hostages home very soon, but I don't want to get into the details of things because nothing is done until it's done.
A senior Israeli official telling NBC News there is an option to extend the ceasefire for each day that Hamas released an additional 10 hostages.
You can find more coverage on the Israel-Hamas war on KSDK.com. Text the word Israel to 314-425-5355 and we'll send you a link. Some of the hardest work you'll ever do, but totally worth it. How a free program is the path to a career many think is out of reach.
And a local sports franchise making a move before Black Friday. The tickets on sale just in time for the holiday.